Hey guys, what's going on? Cody Sperber, the Clever Investor, back again. And in today's training video, we're going to be talking about the 7 simple steps to making your first $10,000 as a creative real estate investor. If you're brand new to my channel, you've never been here before, this is a place where we talk about creative real estate investing. So that way you can create that quick cash and that income into your life. So that way you can break free of the rat race and do things on your own terms. So if you're new, welcome. I'm glad you're here. I've been in the business for over 15 years. I've made tens of millions of dollars flipping houses and doing just about every investing strategy under the sun. And I've been fortunate enough since 2010 when I started cleverinvestor.com to be an educator and a mentor and a thought leader in the space. And I have millions of social media followers. I've pumped out thousands and thousands of success stories from our education. So you're at the right place, and I'm really excited to talk to you because I remember being new, trying to think like, all right, how do I get into this business? Like I had a calling, or I felt like this feeling that real estate was the right industry. And I saw all these other people making money, and then I was always like, but how do I get there? At the time I was, in college. I just got out of the Navy. I was in college, and I didn't really know where to begin. I didn't have any successful people surrounding me. I didn't have any mentors. I didn't have anybody I can go to ask questions. And so it felt like there was a big gap between where I was and where I wanted to go. And so hopefully this video helps clear some of that stuff up. This is how I made my first $1 million in real estate. We're talking about just doing a deal, but this is scalable and repeatable once you understand this process. So I'm going to try and simplify it, make it really easy to understand. Obviously, you're going to need more training than just this, but that's why there's lots of other cool videos on my channel, so please subscribe. And if you have a question or a thought or you want to add to the conversation, drop a comment down below, and let's keep the learning and earning and growing together going. All right. That said, let's dive on in. All right. So 7 simple steps to making $10,000. Now, the process that I'm going to be talking to you about is a concept called quick flipping, otherwise known as wholesaling. Now, I have a lot of other videos on this topic. I'll drop one right up here, so you can go down the rabbit hole on that later. But first, watch this, because I'm going to break it down into simple to follow steps. And I really want to start you off with what I think is one of the easier ways to get to a payday, and that's what's called reverse wholesaling. All right, so I'm going to walk you through the reverse wholesaling process. So number 1, and I think whether you're wholesaling or rehabbing or trying to find a rental, number 1 is pretty much the same first step for all of the different investing strategies. And first step is to learn the market. Learn the market. So what do I mean by learn the market? What I mean is there's a lot of other investors out there that are doing business. They're wholesaling, they're rehabbing, they're buying rentals, they're buying, multifamilies, and they know what they're looking for. They know what areas of the market that they're actually trying to buy properties in, and they know the types of deals they're looking for. So in order to learn the market, you just need to get out there and start talking to other local real estate investors and asking them questions. What types of properties are you buying? 3 bedrooms, 2 baths? Are you buying them with pitched roofs or flat roofs? Is there a certain zip code or area of town that you're looking for deals in? Is it single family or multifamily? In other words, where is a lot of the cash buying activity happening? Now, you might be able to go to a certain, area of your market and get a bunch of deals, but if nobody's buying those deals, then you're going to be wasting a bunch of time. You really want to play and go fishing in the same area that the landlords are buying properties in. So you're probably not going to want to go try and get a $1 million house under contract if the cash flows and the rents aren't there to support it. The landlords don't want that type of property. You probably want to stay in between, $50,000 to $200,000 range in areas that have strong rental rates. Or where rehabbers are buying. There might be pockets of town where when you talk to one of your closing agents, like an investor-friendly title company or an investor-friendly real estate attorney, you might say, hey, where are all your clients buying properties? Oh, they're really doing it in this zip code. Well, that's where I want to go. So when I say learn your market, you got to understand where buyers are buying. so that way you can go and find deals in that particular area. All right, let's go to step number 2, which is to create a list of investors. All right. Well, we now kind of understand where the cash buyers are buying properties. Well, now we got to go and actually network with those cash buyers. So how do we do that? Maybe you're brand new to the business. You're like, I don't even know where to start. Well, a great place to start nowadays is social media, right? With direct messaging on social media on platforms like Instagram and Facebook, man, it has become so easy. Compared to when I first started, it is now so easy to go into a local real estate group on Facebook, look at all the members of that group and start messaging them and building a relationship with them and saying, what types of deals are you looking for? And start to build what we call a cash buyer database. Now, here's the good news. When I first started out, I didn't have a big cash buyer database. And it really only takes 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 serious cash buyers. Like now, I am a serious cash buyer. If you find a good deal in the Phoenix metro area, which is my target market, I have millions of dollars in cash sitting on the sidelines right now that I want to deploy. I want you to say on my DM, hey, Cody, I hear that you're an active real estate investor. You do a lot of rehabs and you do a lot of wholesaling. You buy a lot of rentals. If I source the deal, if I go out and find you exactly what you're looking for, are you somebody that is looking for deals right now below market value? I'll serve them up to you on a silver platter. Man, I love those DMs. I'm thinking, yes, I got another bird dog. I got another person that's going to do all the heavy lifting for me and bring me the deals. All right. And I'm willing to pay for that. I'm willing to pay $5,000 or in this case, $10,000 for you to source me a deal that's significantly below market value, because I know after you sell it to me, yeah, you're going to make a quick 10, but then I'm going to renovate it and add value, maybe add square footage, and I'm going to put it back up on the market. And I'm going to make 100,000 or 50,000. And because I have a lot of money sitting on the sidelines, I want to put that into motion so I can make more money with my money. So that's not the size of your buyer's list, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's the quality. So DMing people, what if you just put out signs outside, like those little plastic corrugated roadside signs outside of a local hospital? You know, looking to put your money into, cash flowing real estate? Call me. What if you went to local real estate investor association meetups, whether virtual nowadays, right? I don't know. What do they do after COVID now? Do you meet up in person anymore? I don't know. But you go to these meetups and you start networking. What are you looking for? What types of deals? And try to find those and separate the difference between the looky-loos and the serious buyers. You really want somebody that can make a buying decision within a very short amount of time that are pro buyers. Like me, I'm buying all the time. So, you don't need a huge buyer's list if you got 4 or 5 pro buyers on your list. But that's step number 2, create a list of investors. All right, and when you create that list, you want their name, their email, their phone number. You want them to maybe fill out like a buying criteria form. It could be something simple, like types of properties you're looking for, how much cash you have on hand. Do you need relationships with hard money lenders? If I connect you with a hard money lender, will you be able to buy more properties? There's a bunch of different things that you might ask a buyer. I'm going off the top of my head, so I don't want to go down that rabbit hole too much, but you get the point. You want to build that buyer box from them so you know exactly what they're looking for in the exact zip codes and how much cash they have on hand, so that way when you serve it up to them, they can make a quick buying decision. All right, let's keep it moving. So step number 3, now that you've learned the market and you created the list of investors and you built their buyer boxes and you know what they're looking for, now it's time to go and find a deal. Or source deals, source properties, all right? And really what I'm saying is find the right property. They've told you what they wanted. Now we're going to backwards engineer and we're going to go find that deal. Well, how do we find a deal? Just like what I was saying. Nowadays, social media is so powerful. You could be putting out posts. You could be putting out videos. You can be DMing people and trying to say, hey, do you know anybody looking to sell a property? Quickly, I have cash. And you could also go into a software or a system like the Deal Automator, which is my in-house software that I built, and you can
do what's called lead stacking. You can we have all the data of every homeowner in the entire country. I'll drop a link down below to a link for the Deal Automator so you can learn more about it. But it's my CRM. It's all of the homeowner data in the United States. It has a filtering process where I can do what's called lead stacking, where I could say, I want to see every homeowner in this zip code that has lots of equity, meaning that they own the house and the house is worth a lot more than what they owe on it. And I want to see all these people that have lots of equity that live out of state, so out of absentee or out of state owners. And I want to know which ones are vacant. I want to know which ones are in foreclosure, or which ones are behind on mortgage payments, or which ones are going through a divorce. And I can take a large pool of property owners and whittle it down to a very targeted list. And so once I have that list, I could send them direct mail. I can skip trace the list at cleverskiptracing.com, and I can then get the phone numbers from all of those homeowners, and I can put it into Mojo, which is an auto dialer, and I can put my little headset on and I can smile and dial for dollars. I can DM for dollars. I can do direct mail. Like, there's a lot of ways to contact these homeowners, but once you get them on the phone, it's really important that you understand this is a numbers game. I'm gonna maybe talk to 100 people, maybe 150 people before I get a solid deal under contract. So it's a numbers game. It's just who's gonna put in the work and do the consistent calls, the consistent text messages, the consistent direct mail. And then what happens is it's just like any prospect funnel. You start off with cold traffic in your prospects, and then you get your little bit warmer leads, and then you get your hot leads, and you start setting appointments to either, make a virtual offer or to meet them in person. And you might start off with 100 leads and end up with 1 or 2 or 3 deals by the time the funnel works itself all the way down. So find a deal that matches what they're looking for. Once you find the deal, now what it is, it's time to lock up the deal. All right, lock up the deal. When I say lock up the deal, you gotta know your paperwork. What I'm teaching you here, wholesaling or quick flipping, is really flipping paperwork. All we're doing is we're finding a motivated seller, somebody that wants to sell their house quickly for cash. It's not somebody that's willing, that's not motivated, that's willing to list with the real estate agent and wait whatever time necessary to find a traditional buyer. These are very motivated people that lost their job, they're living out of state, they maybe went through a divorce, or they inherited an unwanted property, or the property is old and ugly and outdated, and they're having foundational issues, or fire damage, or flood damage, or one of the partnerships are falling apart. There's a million reasons why somebody becomes motivated. We're looking for those people. And all we're doing is we're showing up and we're working out a deal and build a relationship with them, and working out a deal to buy their property for cash. And they're gonna sign some paperwork. Get to know your paperwork. Your paperwork should be investor-friendly contracts that allow you to do this whole quick flipping process, meaning that there are escape clauses, there's inspection clauses, there are different terms in the contract that allow you to properly put this house under contract and have the right to flip the paperwork over to a cash back-end buyer, aka a rehabber or a landlord. And if your paperwork is wrong, you can actually screw this whole process up and either get stuck in a bad deal or get into legal trouble or something like that. So what I'm gonna do to hook you up right now is I'm gonna put a link down below in the pinned comment for my contract. So if you want my paperwork, so that way you can lock up a deal properly and have the right clauses and terms in there, the same ones that I use, just click the link and download those for free. This is thousands of dollars worth of contracts. This is my gift to you for making it to whatever, 14, 15 minutes, however far we are into this video, for being an action taker. That's what that's for. So check those out. But at this point, we want to lock up the deal. So that means we want to negotiate. We want to build rapport. We want to know our paperwork, and we want to make an offer. And when you make an offer to somebody and they say yes, and you get that contract signed, you now gain what's called equitable interest in the property, which gives you the right to then hold up that contract above your head and say, who wants it, right? Well, we already know who wants it. We got the list of investors. We know what they're looking for. And now we're gonna go serve it up to them on a silver platter. All right, so that's step 4. Step 5 now
is due diligence. Did I spell that wrong? Yeah, it's good enough. Due diligence and investor packet. All right. Due diligence and investor packet. So what am I talking about when I say investor packet and due diligence? Well, due diligence is now that you've locked up the property, now it's time to start to build a marketing package. So that way when you go to the investors that are eventually going to buy the deals from you, you're prepared and you know what you're talking about. Nothing is worse when somebody says, I got a great deal for you, and they bring me the deal and I look at it and I'm like, this is dog shit. Like, the comps are off, you're overinflating what this thing can be sold for, you're under-reporting repairs. I can tell you're a newbie, I can tell you're not even trying, you're just trying to make a quick buck from me. You're not trying to build a long-term relationship with me as a cash buyer and you as a quick flipper. And so you want to always put your best foot forward by doing the research, knowing what price per square foot is going for in the area, knowing what after repaired value is in the area, taking the time to maybe do like pictures and video and building like a little investor packet for me. So that way when you serve it up to me, you go, this is how long properties are taken to sell in this area. Here's the days on market. Here's the after repaired value. Here's the estimated repairs. Here's all the different comps. Here's the pictures. Here's the video. And I'm not talking about like pictures that make the house look good. I'm talking about give me the real deal stuff. Give me a Dropbox full of good pictures and video that show me the roof, show me the leaks, show me the foundation cracks, that show me the driveway cracks, that show me all the stuff so that way I know what I'm walking into. And I go, wow, this person's a professional quick flipper. And they care about me making money and winning the game because they know if I do, I'm going to keep coming back time and time again and buying more properties from them. So build this out. And now it's time to go shopping back to the investors and marketing the deal to them. And that's where step number 6 is, which is to assign the deal. Assign the deal. This is now another document which you're going to get when you click on the pinned comment down below. And when up here, you used a purchase and sale agreement to lock up the deal right here. Now we're going to use what's called an assignment form to assign our rights into that contract over to the cash buyer. And when you assign the deal, this is when you're going to lock in your $10,000. Now, sometimes I might assign a contract to make $3,000. Sometimes I might assign a contract to make $30,000. $10,000 is a pretty average wholesale number nationwide between me and my students. And so last year when I totaled up all my deals, it was, I think, a little over $12,000, something like that was the average wholesale fee. So $10,000 is very doable. We're going to assign the deal that we found to the buyer, backwards engineer it, boom. We're going to lock in our $10,000. And then the last step, which is step number 7, is to close and get paid. Boom. Obviously, that's the fun part. That's where you get that check and you're like, oh my God, I remember watching this crazy guy on YouTube talking to me about, these 7 steps to making $10,000, and I thought he was nuts. I thought it was a scam and I didn't think it was possible, but I was kind of curious and I went down the rabbit hole and I realized, man, Clever Investor's freaking awesome, and they have great resources for real estate investors, and they help people get into the game and break out of the rat race. And it would just be like, dang, I can't believe I went down this journey. It's gonna be the best feeling in the world when you're standing at that bank and you're getting ready to walk in and cash that first deal check. Because I'm telling you, one deal changes everything. I know it did for me. I was a broke bookkeeper. I didn't have a future. I didn't know where I was going. Then I became a millionaire by 28, a multimillionaire by age 30. Now I'm teaching and educating and speaking on stages, and I get an opportunity. I'm writing best-selling books, and I got millions of social media followers, and it's crazy how far I've come. And to be able to now be a part of so many other investors' journeys has just been a blessing. And so who knows where you're going to take it, I guess is what I'm saying. You need to close and get paid. A smart thing to do is to go back and check in with your buyers. How is your project going? I like to give all of my cash buyers a certificate that basically says this is for $1,000 off or
$2,000 off or $3,000 off of your next property purchase from me. And it's like an incentive program. And I tell them, look, I'm so excited for you. Let me connect you with contractors and subcontractors and lenders and vendors. And I want to be more than just a regular wholesaler to them. I want to be a strategic partner with them, so that way they keep coming and buying properties from me over and over again. But that's 7 steps to making 10 grand. And if you do the 7 steps over and over and over again and just keep rinsing and repeating, you'll turn that 10 grand to 50 grand to 100 grand to millions, and the sky will be the limit from there. All right, what do you guys think? Did you get something from this video? If you did, do me a solid. It really helps me out. This is your way to give back, and I get it's like a positive feedback loop. Smash the like button and drop me a comment with your thoughts on this one. Don't forget to grab your free contracts down below. And that's all I got for you. Until next time, I'm Cody Sperber, the Clever Investor, signing off for now. Take care, comb your hair. Sperber out.